Behold, the return of Shohei Ohtani to the mound. USC beats UCLA to the punch on getting an elite linebacker to commit, and two former Lakers get into a fight in a glorified rec league game. Good morning. I'm James. And this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It's June 16th, 2025. By the time you see this clip, I'm going to be on a plane heading home, and I totally can't wait. But we always start off our week right by talking about the majesty of LA sports. And if you like being in the know about LA, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. Dodgers 5, Scum Francisco 4. Yeah, of course the Dodgers were going to win the series. What did you think? And by the way, the Dodgers' magic number slides to 89. Meanwhile, today, Scum Francisco out, Slime Diego in. The Padres are at the Dodgers at 7 o'clock. And a pretty interesting game in the afternoon. LAFC is going to face Chelsea of the Premier League at noon. It is pool play of the FIFA Club World Cup. You won't be able to make the match. It's over in Atlanta. Now, what do you say we get to the news? You know, that pendulum, it keeps on a-swinging. Good news and bad with the Dodger pitching staff. We're talking about it every day, and it's kind of annoying after a while. And we have good news and bad news. And I'm a cynic. Actually, I'm worse than a cynic. I want to start off by just staring at the bad news about the Dodger pitching staff, kind of like Jeff Goldblum did that pile of Triceratops turd in Jurassic Park, right? But today, we're going to put that off second. We're actually going to start off with a little bit of sunshine, optimism. Because late Sunday, the Dodgers announced Shohei Ohtani will be the opener for tonight's game against the Puds. His first time pitching in a game since August 2023. And by the way, when he pitches, he's good at that too. His career ERA is 3.01. He's fourth in American League Cy Young voting in 2022. So yeah, he can do that. But understand, I said the opener, not the starter. They're calling him an opener because tonight is going to be a bullpen game. And the news, it just spread peals of delight all over Chavez Ravine. I understand it. I want to see him pitch too. I mean, watching him hit has been a delight. But yeah, we need to see him pitch as well. But for all that good talk, I have to keep it 100 with you, as the kids say. This move smacks of desperation. And it's desperation caused by the devastation from pitching coach Mark Prior. Why is this desperation? Because Ohtani has only thrown 44 pitches at the most in a simulated game. So how far do you get with 44 pitches? 2 innings? Maybe 3? And by the way, this is going to be the true test for the Dodgers' method of maiming their pitchers. Because if Ohtani blasts out his arm, and believe you me, that is a distinct possibility. Let's not get it twisted. If Ohtani blasts his arm, he has to have surgery that will sideline him from hitting. And if that happens, yeah, they can win the division. But goodbye repeat. The only hope, in my opinion, that'll keep Ohtani out on the mound on a regular basis is that if he has so much pull within the organization, that his reputation in baseball is so pristine that when Mark Prior inevitably wants to micromanage his arm into oblivion, Ohtani can tell him in Japanese to go kiss off. Now, having said that, now we look at the pile of turd. Mark Pryor does in fact have yet another pelt on his wall. Roki Sasaki is likely done for the year. Sasaki, a 23-year-old flamethrower, considered the steal from last offseason's international free agent market. He's been sidelined since May 9th. Now, they totally shut down his throwing program while he's trying to recover from shoulder impingement. And Dave Roberts, he's saying, yeah, medical imaging hasn't shown structural damage like a muscle tear, like a torn labrum. The problem is that Sasaki simply can't ramp it up. Now, for those of you who have never experienced shoulder impingement, it's often a stabbing sensation that comes when you lift your arm over your head. See, right here is the AC joint, the acromion and your clavicle. They meet right about here. And when a muscle around your shoulder gets trapped up in there, it pinches every single time you lift your arm up. Pitchers get it. It's an injury weightlifters get an awful lot. Very difficult to pitch comfortably, let alone top 100 miles an hour. So when Sasaki first reported the impingement, I was telling you guys back then in May that the pain would subside in a couple of weeks, but it could be months for him to move his arm in a way that he would like it. And that's pretty much what's happened. Now, Roberts went on to say that, quote, "We have to plan on life without him as far as this year," unquote. See, I realize every single day I'm talking about injured Dodgers pitchers, and it's getting annoying to me. Just yesterday, we went into great detail about how the Dodger pitching philosophy, of which Pryor is the professor emeritus, has not only ruined the arms of a major league pitching staff, but drained, absolutely squandered a deep prospect pool of quality starters. Pryor is a butcher. He is hacking away at arms. There are currently 14 pitchers on the injured list. That's more pitchers that can even be allowed on a major league roster at once. In other words, and I'm going to keep harping on this until somebody insists the Dodgers change. In other words, imagine a football team starting all of its backups on one of the units, offense or defense. That's what the Dodgers have with pitching right now. They have got to change course. Craziness. Please let me know what you think in the comments thread. Are you more excited about Ohtani or concerned about everything else? UCLA losing defensive coordinator D'Anton Lynn to USC is a bruise that never seems to completely heal. We know this because outside linebacker Tanaloa Ely, who is ranked 53rd in ESPN's rankings of high school football players for the class of 2026, he narrowed his list down to both LA colleges and he took the Trojans. Now he's from Orange Lutheran. He's going to play in Hawaii this fall as a senior. This, if you are a Trojan fan, this is your replacement for Xavier Griffin, who was an elite pass rushing pledge from the East Coast, who went back on his word and reopened his commitment. Ely said he was sold on USC because he liked linebackers coach Rob Ryan, who's a former NFL defensive coordinator. He believes he'd be a fit in Lynn's system and that USC has a tradition of building up Polynesian players. But once again, pull the camera back. Get the wide-angle lens out. It's breathtaking to look at this recruiting class. Should they all sign? USC has 29 pledges for the class of 2026. 29. 15 of them are in ESPN's top 300. And for those of you who are saying Lincoln Riley, he abandoned California, 18 of those pledges are in-state. And there will be competition soon for playing time at linebacker, by the way. Consider last year's defense. It was a typical Lynn defense, featuring just 2 linebackers. USC has 3 damn good prospects coming to Heritage Hall to play linebacker in 2026. it's not just Ely. You got Sean Scott, who's a 4-star recruit from Mater Dei. Taylor Johnson, 3-star recruit from Cajon out in San Bernardino. If Lynn shifts to a 3 linebacker alignment, Ely would be considered the front runner to take the middle. And that should get you excited, because middle linebacker is a revered position in USC lore. Is this the guy who finally revives the hallowed jersey number 55, the number of Junior Seau, Willie McGinnis, Chris Claiborne? Again, let me know what you think in the comments thread. We can add maybe one more duo to the list of the legends of comedy, thanks to the Big Three Basketball League, no less. Now, maybe this pairing is not going to be as legendary as, say, Martin and Lewis, but you could rank them somewhere with Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy. Somewhere around there, you have Dwight Howard and Lance Stevenson. Former Lakers Dwight Howard and Lance Stevenson. Arguably 2 of the top 3 idiots to ever wear Lakers purple and gold. Oh, now they're old. They sure as hell haven't matured. They're just trying to squeeze out that little bit of extra retirement money in a 3-on-3 league. And they still can't manage to do it without getting ejected for fighting each other. Dwight Howard, the guy who ran away from Kobe Bryant because Kobe called him soft, and then showed Kobe how soft he was by appearing on Dancing with the Stars. What a goofball. Lance Stevenson, the guy who once tried to distract LeBron James by blowing in his ear. Guy code, folks. So if I told you that these 2 dudes would get thrown out of a glorified rec league game, you'd kind of be like, duh. Now, what set off these 2 titans of stupidity for fisticuffs on the court? No idea. Maybe they got into an argument over who had the most damning sexual assault charge. Just a little bit of research, and I can tell you, the word allegedly gets thrown around a lot describing the lives of Dwight Howard and Lance Stevenson. So yeah, I can see that trash talk. Hey man, didn't you spend all those years denying that you like dudes and then you got caught in an all-guy 3-way? Hey man, didn't you allegedly push your girl down a flight of stairs and then it was on? Wrestling, throwing each other into the crowd, pinning each other down in front of paying customers. And then it was on. Dwight Howard and Lance Stevenson, the alpha males of the Big Three. Now all you need is Nick Young and you could reboot the Three Stooges with ex-Lakers alone. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about the state of Dodger pitching. Happy about Shohei Ohtani or concerned about everything else? For that matter, how many more people can USC recruit for next year's class? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Cortel Queso production. Take care.